Hello, everybody. Carlton Pearson, and welcome to Come Monday. Come Sunday was the movie. Come Monday is the movement into a broader, more expansive way of thinking and being, expanding the perceptions of life, getting away from some of the old traditional paradigms, particularly religiously, those who believed in fear and dogma and doctrine that restrained people and divided homes, out of which a lot of racism in our country and culture around the world was based. There's a new way of being. We're dealing with a generation of younger people, and I'll be celebrating my 66th birthday next month, and I'm in that group, whether you like it or not. But I'm hanging out with some young folk, and tonight we have some really fresh minds, some cutting-edge thinkers on our program who are going to sing, rap. You know, my age, you don't know about rapping. The only thing you know about rapping is rapping your knees and things. But these young folks are going to use their lyrics, their minds, their creative thoughts. This is African American history, and African American history is really American history because Africans arrived on our shores like 1609. The first slaves arrived here against their will, but we now, almost 400 years hence, are a huge part of this culture. One of the things we're going to talk about tonight is Black Wall Street, right here in Tulsa, where the worst race riot or massacre in American history occurred. Millions of Americans, most Americans, have never even heard about it. In fact, I never heard of it until I arrived here in 1971. It was news to me. When I speak of it around the country, black or white, people don't know about it. Somehow it was pushed under the rug, swept under the rug, kept quiet. But we're going to talk about that a little bit. And it's not a negative thing, so I don't want you to feel turned off. This is history, and we've survived it. The late Viktor Frankl said, to live is to suffer. To survive is to find meaning or significance in the suffering or in the pain. And so we found some meaning. We found some significance, and we're going to talk about it a little bit later on throughout the whole program tonight. I think you'll enjoy it and find it enhancing and interesting in every way. So we're going to start off with, his name is Steph Simon, and he's doing a song that he wrote. I met this young man a few months ago here in Tulsa. Chris, who's here tonight, introduced him to me, and another charming young gentleman. You'll meet them tonight, but he's going to open up with this song. Now, you have to listen. If you're my age, you got to pay, as the old folks, you got to pay attention to his words so you can get what he's saying. And if you miss it, we're going to discuss his lyrics, what he means by it, what's behind them, what he's feeling. I think you'll find it very, very interesting. Steph Simon doing Silver and Gold. Welcome him to the program tonight. All of you in the studio, clap.
Thank you. For heaven that's on this earth, and since I never be perfect, find a balance and word it.
The money's the root of evil. Bless it and make a purchase. Right, gold for my praises and silver for my curses. Since I'm constantly searching for heaven that's on this earth, and since I'll never be worth it, I find a balance and word it. The money's the root of evil. I bless it and make a purchase. Right, gold for my praises and silver for my curses.
Gangsters don't die, they find God, then they open the church. I'm just trying to make $1 million off the flows and the merch. A thin line between doing it for the love and your worth. Feel like that silver and gold is just a gift and a curse. And I was never the perfect kid, staring at the baddest women off in the service. The pastor always told me I was made in his image, and would that explain the reason for my ratchet and righteousness? I pray that you find your passion, your flaws, no accident. The struggle so necessary, he just wanna laugh a bit. My God got a sense of humor, like look at these homies, they stupid. I put his blessings right in front of him, and he gon' go do that dance up. I'm trying, G. Know it's bigger problems, but I'm trying to eat. I ain't trying to bug you, so don't judge me if we barely speak. Rap gang, Carlton Prison, gave these girls that hire D. Forgive me for my sinning. See you, hope you hire me. Since I'm constantly searching for heaven that's on this earth, and since I'll never be perfect, I find a balance in word. The money's the root of evil. I bless it and make a purchase. Right, gold for my praises and silver for my curses. Since I'm constantly searching for heaven that's on this earth, and since I'll never be perfect, I find a balance and word it. The money's the root of evil. I bless it and make a purchase. Right, gold for my praises and silver for my curses. I'm writing rhymes in the back of the Bible. I'm just a hope high stepper, just trying to be like an idol. From Easter Sunday recitals, now we packing these venues. It's like a ghetto revival. My sounds of blackness is vital. It's like a mix between Holy Ghost and Hova quotes. My mama put her last little dollars in the collection plate. Even though she broke, it's Sunday morning, I spent my last in the studio. We got the same faith, a different seed we sow. We living in a new era where everybody woke. I'm so in tune with my spirit, don't need no meme to quote. Sometimes I just think about how I won't be here no more. Sometimes I just want to sit back and watch my daughter grow. Money, cars, and clothes will make the radio. But this the song them strippers play before they go to work. This that song them hustlers play before they make a swerve. If I don't reach them in the flesh, I reach them with these words. Hold up, I ain't finished. I'm still hungry, and you know black churches be extended. And all I've eaten is communion pieces. I hope it hold me over for a couple minutes. Rest in peace to my brother Josh Griffin. I know I got some angels walking with me. The homie fat, but I know when I see you. We gon' hoop until our halo dingy. Feel like my mama turned into my daughter. Hey, and can't nobody out here tell me different. And it ain't even cause they look the same. I feel her near me when I watch her sleeping. And I know I don't make the best decisions. And you might disagree with how I'm living. But we not here to walk the same path. Put your feet in my shoes, I know they ain't gon' fit you. And we don't have the same consequences. My mistakes, they was my biggest teachings. Hey, man, I hope heaven got a grade scale. So I can make it with a high C. I'm just trying to balance out my energies. A battery just ain't working with only positives. A battery just ain't working with only negatives. Before you judge the boy, let me live. Since I'm constantly searching for heaven that's on this earth. Since I never be perfect, I find the balance and word it. Money's the root of evil, I bless it, then make a purchase. Rock the gold for my praises, that silver, that's for my curses. Since I'm constantly searching for heaven that's on this earth. Since I never be perfect, find a balance and word it. The money's the root of evil, bless it, then make a purchase. Rock the gold for my praises, the silver, that's for my curses. Amen. Hey.
I didn't hear nothing but my name. He gonna have to tell me what that was about. Bring me a chair over here. You got to sit down with me, son. Who was the young man singing with you? He was mouthing every word you said. So.
Yeah, man, that's Devontae Suarez Republic.
What is it?
Devontae Suarez.
Devontae Suarez. He was into it as much as you.
Yeah, that's my man.
Grinning and smiling, knew the words. You wrote those lyrics yourself?
Yeah, I did.
How old are you?
On my bike, 31.
31. You wrote them on your bike?
I wrote them on my bike, riding around out north. I was kind of counting churches that day.
Talk to me. What do you mean? So you saw these churches. You're born and reared here in Tulsa.
Yeah, I'm born and raised in Tulsa, North Tulsa. And I'm riding my bike. I cycle. So,
a motorcycle?
Not motorcycle, like a racing Lance Armstrong type.
Not like Henry's over there.
Helmet and the bike suit.
Yeah.
And all that. So I'm just riding around. I'm really just riding. And I'm counting churches. Church across the street from a church down the street, church around the corner, and I'm just, and the lyrics is, I'm from a city where the gangsters don't die, they find God, and they open the church, because that's how I felt. And,
they don't die, they find God.
And they open the church.
And they open the church.
Right.
The gangsters become pastors?
It's like where they go, yeah, what happens to them after they turn.
After they find God.
Done, yeah. They open the church, and they kind of tell their story on the change, and that's how I feel anyway. And,
so is that good or bad?
I think it's good. But I don't think it's as far as, I think it's a big, like a correlation as far as all of the churches that we have out north versus all of the businesses that we had. And
you're comparing it like with Wall Street?
Yeah. I think it changed in the churches. I think like the 40, because it's small churches right next door to a big church. Right?
Yeah.
I think everybody had businesses like everybody have churches now.
Wow.
I think if we kind of go back to everybody wanting to open a convenience store or
a burger shop, it would be less. I think we'll get the same outcome as far as like what's going on out in the world right now.
The name of his group is, the name of this album is
Born
on Black Wall Street.
Yeah.
Now, let me explain. Let me just read a little bit of the Wall Street story.
Oh, yeah.
In the early 1900s, Tulsa, Oklahoma, this city, experienced a major oil boom, attracting thousands. Many African Americans migrated from the southern states, hoping to escape the harsh racial tensions there, and while profiting again off the oil industry. It's like the gold rush that happened years ago in California, where I had relatives from the South, actually Oklahoma, who went out to California. Yet even in Tulsa, Jim Crow laws were at large, causing the town to be vastly segregated, with most African Americans settling on the north side where he was born. And a lot of these young people in here tonight were born on the north side. They're native Tulsans. From that segregation grew a black entrepreneurial mecca that would affectionately be called Black Wall Street. That's what he's referring to. This was in 1921 when the riot occurred, but in 1906, an entrepreneur started this business acumen. And it became, from 1906 to 21, over 11,000 people moved into Oklahoma, into Tulsa, into the north side. The town was established in 1906, same year of the Azusa Street revival in Los Angeles, by entrepreneur O.W. Gurley. And by 21, there were over 11,000 residents and hundreds of prosperous businesses, all owned and operated by black Tulsans and patronized by both whites and blacks. In 1921, a young 17-year-old boy was a shoe shiner downtown Tulsa, riding up in an elevator that was there was a young lady operating it who was white and 17 years old. And so the story is that he tried to rape her, or that he came onto her. That's what she says. Nobody really knows what happened in that elevator. But she put that message out, and white men gathered together with guns and bats, and they came after the young man. They were going to kill him. And so the African Americans on the north side said, we're not going to let that happen. These were black folks who owned private jets, who owned oil wells, and were hugely successful. Both black and white people were enjoying north side. And all of a sudden, he's comparing the number of churches we have instead of places of business. That's a brilliant thought. I mean, I'm stunned at that.
My generation right now, we thinking, let's start a business. First, it's like football, basketball. If that don't work,
sport, yeah.
You know, some people go into the street life or whatever, but it still translates into, man, I want to open up a business, a club, a car wash, something. But I feel like my parents' generation, it was more like, let's open a church. For a lot of people. A lot of people got just churches.
There's more churches than people up there, it seems like.
I stayed in a radius of 5 churches, and I always wanted to know, like, why won't everybody just go to this one?
Why do we have to have? A lot of them are storefronts, small churches, started by family. Sometimes only family attends.
Right. So I was like, I'll go to this one, and then we need a gas station. Or like a smaller.
We don't need another church. We need a gas station. We need a grocery store.
We need a small
car
produce spot to get some vegetables. So how about we use these areas? But I don't know. I don't know how the system works as far as maybe this many people want to get the word out too. You know what I'm saying? But I always just felt like a convenience store with gospel music in the background would do just as like keeping that vibe and that spirituality going. As far as we don't need me to open up a church like another one.
He's not putting down. He's not putting down the church.
Right,
He's saying we don't need another one.
We don't need me to open another one.
We need a business.
We don't need another Dollar General out north. We don't need another Family Dollar. We don't need another church. But that's what we get. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what we.
It's easier to start a church and get some weekly offerings.
And is it though? I don't know if it is. It.
It's easy.
Right.
It's too easy, and it's not always easy to maintain them.
Right. But it's not easy to maintain a convenience store either. So I'm like, why don't we try a gas station?
I remember recently, a black woman was hit by an owner of a store up there. It was Asian or whatever. That was in the news just months ago. And I think they protested him abusing her, and they may have closed the store. I don't know if it was reopened by ethnic people. Greenwood still exists. There's no
Yeah.
businesses on it. There's a couple
few.
churches.
There's a few. You know, there's a few businesses, but I mean,
You're right at the very foot of it. Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people right now is just trying to spark the idea of getting back into just the original mind frame that we were in, which was not even just starting a business. Just, I mean, you might want to. Everybody doesn't want to be a business owner.
Yeah.
Some people want to work for us. You know what I'm saying? That's not the starting a business. Not.
If you would start a
it.
business, what would it be?
Me, I want a skate ring, to be honest.
Skating
like, yeah.
You want to own a skating
I want to
ring?
own a skate ring, to be honest, right off the top of my head.
Now, do you think your friends on the north side would use it and
Yeah.
not abuse it and not come down here?
Yeah, I think. What do you mean by use it and abuse it?
Well, the business have started on the north side. I got my first loan from the black bank, the American bank up there, and the owner, who was an atheist, he made sure I knew that. He said, and I couldn't get a loan. It's $1,500. Doctor, the dentist. Oh my God, precious man! I can't believe he co-signed for me to get my first loan, $1,500 to start my ministry. It was on the north side. Couldn't get a loan here on the south side where I lived and went to ORU. And he said black folks would pass his bank every day coming down to the south, Tulsa, to put their money in, quote unquote, the white man's bank. He was very frustrated.
That's kind of how it ended. Black Wall Street was rebuilt, but because of segregation, they did start passing by. We had a fruit. It was like a.
It was a whole mall
produce,
there when I came here
Apache
at 71.
and by my house growing up, but it went out of business because people were going south. You know what I'm saying? I mean that does happen. But that's what the album is about. Trying to get back into going to your grocery store before we go to Walmart. Like,
Gotcha.
Treat your grocery store
With the same respect.
with the same,
Yeah.
keep that same energy, like they say, keep that same energy with your grocery store as we would pass it up and go to Reese's. Right.
One of the things one of the reasons, this is an important point, that black people from the north side forced their way to the south because younger people did it. You said they were saying, you Negroes stay where Negroes live. We'll put you your own stores, your own stuff. Be segregated we don't want you in our neighborhood. So many young people broke those rules and said, oh no. If we can come to Woodland Hills, we can come to Promenade, we can do whatever we want to do. The problem was that we neglected our own businesses. I think on the north side, I think your generation, I think you can build a skate.
I think some. I don't even think as we put you there. I just think some people want it like now. Some people want to go out south. Some people love staying out north, and there's people out north that really got pride in where they're from and love where
and
they're
don't
from.
want to come down
And don't want to go out south, and they just want to stay and shop at a nice Sprouts looking place on 36th Street. But I mean, it started at school when you're told every year that black people couldn't do this first grade, second grade, black people couldn't do this.
You heard that in the schools?
Yeah, third grade, black people had to drink out of the water fountain on the ground, and the nice water fountain was all shiny and pearly, and it would say whites only, and the black one said it was dirty on the floor. That's the pictures that you see. Or we had to eat in the alley, or
go to the
had
back,
to sit in the back of the bus. But once you hear that
repeatedly,
all the way until you're 18, you want to go to 71st Street because that's where the nice shit is.
Wow.
The stuff is, because that's what it says. That's what you're trained to do. But the history book doesn't have the nice black water fountain on the neck. It's like the page was ripped out. So if they just turned the page and said the black neighborhood had nice stuff too, we had a nice water fountain, and the whites only water fountain was on the ground, where people had to go to the back of Oklahoma Style to get their food. If they were white, they had to, because people had to do that too. It's just that wasn't in the book, so we never seen nice black things.
You didn't see any other image.
We never seen Black Wall Street until I seen it on accident. So we had nice water fountains. We had bus systems.
Funeral homes, grocery stores,
we had all
theaters.
It's just, it was whites only, blacks only was on the ground and dirty. But imagine if it had both water fountains. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yes,
and we
sir.
seen, oh man, we had a pearly water fountain too. We had a nice bathroom too. Imagine if it was like if you trying to play me in a fighting game and I don't give you all the, you're like, how do you do that move? And I'm not telling you how to do it, but I'm doing it on you. And you're just gonna think you don't. You're like, well, I don't know, I'm gonna lose. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's like when you're trained that you don't.
We've
see
heard
it.
heard over and over and over again. That was my complaint earlier. When you think of African American history, all you hear of is slavery.
Yeah.
And you hear
Or
of
segregation.
Jim Crow and segregation and discrimination, and there was that, and it shouldn't be forgotten. But that's not all there was.
It was there on both sides. White people used to cross the line,
Of course,
and get beat up, just like it shows pictures of us getting stoned. But
we whooped a lot of
you-
white folks in my day.
and it ain't even about that. It's just the story.
We were
was
always
only,
the
It was
victims.
like we were always trying to sneak into the nice place and get a pie from some. Like it was all. White
See,
people love our food too.
But victim conscious. He's talking about victim consciousness.
Yeah, consciousness.
That has been sewn into our consciousness for hundreds of years.
So
this generation is not going to accept
So once
it.
you find out that, like,
It wasn't always that way
it wasn't
for
like
everybody.
this. We had, and everybody wasn't rich. People had just a burger shop, and they probably barely making it, but it was theirs. You know what I'm saying? It's just like people barely making it at Taco Bell. It was theirs. And once you find that out, for me anyway, it made me like walk a little bit more tall. Because I went to Carver, and I remember we couldn't go outside because it's a KKK rally on Greenwood.
You remember that?
I remember not being able to go outside for recess.
When was there a KKK?
I'm there from '99 to 2002, Carver. So it was in between. So we can't go outside to play. It's a KKK rally on Greenwood, but how come we're not knowing why they're out there? You know what I'm saying? Like we're not taught that. So I always thought I would have been in this mind state earlier had I found all this out. We people going to school and not knowing. It's people don't know this to now, and all they think is like South or white things are better, and we got the short end of the stick all the time.
So you don't remember hearing very much about Greenwood, about
No.
Black Wall Street at Washington Carver?
Carver.
I mean, at Carver?
Never. I found that on YouTube. This suggested link was on the side, and I clicked it.
Well, even though Carver doesn't have all black teachers,
No.
there's enough black people in the schools on the north side to have taught this part of history.
Yeah. It wasn't taught. It wasn't taught. I wish it was taught in Carver, just because it's right there.
It's going to be taught. I can tell you that.
Like, I wish it was taught, just because I'm on the street. I'm like, man, I should know about this. And I always felt like I had the spirit of it, just working, and like, man,
The entrepreneurial
this
energy?
don't feel like this is what I need to be doing. You know what I'm saying? And I was always just felt like I need to be doing something different than flipping burgers at Sonic.
When did you start thinking that?
This is 2007.
When you were...
About 19, 20.
What did your grandparents do or your parents do?
My grandma, she was a nanny for
A white family?
for white rich families
On the north side? On the south side?
Midtown
Midtown.
area. She sold homemade beer, ice cream, homemade ice cream.
So she was entrepreneurial,
she had
industrial.
a garden on the side.
Whose
She had
mother?
My grandma.
Your dad's or
my
mom?
mom's.
Your mom's mom?
My mom, Beatty Friday.
She's still living?
No, she passed when I was in the 5th grade.
How old was she?
She was about 65, 66, something like that.
But she was a businesswoman.
Yes, the whole street would work together. So she had a garden.
Her own garden.
She had a garden, vegetable garden. The house next door had chicken coop and eggs. So like they was trading. I
Yeah.
remember going over there and catching chickens and like doing that thing.
Did you ever know how to-
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. I can't.
Did you know how to do that?
No, I could catch it and like I got one. I got a chicken. But like it was like the street. The street was like working together. This is 36th Street, right across from the police station.
36th Street North and Delaware.
So police station, Mohawk, 36 and Mohawk.
Know that.
So, so yeah, this is just a street kind of working together. She's selling pies. Our cowboys coming up buying homemade beer, homemade ice cream.
Black cowboys?
Pies. Yeah. Yeah. My uncle organizes almost every rodeo that happens there. Marcus Friday.
There's a big one in Bully.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's a part of that?
Yeah. Marcus Friday. Juneteenth rodeo.
That's your uncle?
Yeah, that's my uncle. So knowing that I come from he's on the 20-something annual rodeo, Juneteenth rodeo.
Yeah.
So I just grew up around that type of, that's what I see every day. So I'm like, that's why I do a festival. I'm on my 4th annual festival coming up.
What is it?
World Culture Music Festival, hip hop
Where?
festival, downtown Brady District, the Arts District now.
So you've been having an annual
Festival, just hip hop, rap.
What are the dates? Same dates every year?
Well, last year it was May 31st. I moved it to the week of the race riots. May 31st was the first day of the race riot.
May 31st, yeah.
And June 1st. So hopefully we land on that date again. That's what we're shooting for. So yeah, but 4th annual hip hop, 40 people from all over the place come down here, and this is the big party.
How do you market it?
Instagram, Facebook, real life,
social
just
media.
out here, social
How many
life,
come?
social media. We had about 1,100 people last year.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
They set up. You have food tables set up.
Oh, we got a food truck. My man's back here, TNT Wings, food truck owner. He sets
TNT
up.
has his own business?
Wings. Yeah.
Now?
Yes.
Come here, TT.
TNT
What is
Wings,
it, TNT?
TNT Wings. We business owners, man. We are business owners out here in the spirit.
I met him when I met you.
Yeah, you did. You did.
Tell me about your business. This is Wall Street, right? You guys got to do it. I'm about to cry.
Hey, man.
You young fellows are doing something we didn't know about it.
This is.
Did you grow up near each other?
We went to school together. We went to Central together. We grew up. You grew up out north. We grew up together.
What's your business? When did you start it?
I want to say we started every bit of 6 years ago. We started if the festival was on the 4th year. We started out the house. We started selling plates out the house. I started selling them on my personal Instagram page, and then
Selling chicken wings?
Yep, chicken and fries and biscuits, and we took a year off, and then we acquired a trailer. And then after that, we've been going ever since.
Do you go all year long?
Yep. And we just got added to
You do?
Grubhub, so.
You've been added to Grubhub?
Yep.
What's that?
You can order through Grubhub now. But we're only open on the weekends, Thursday through Friday. Thursday through Saturdays, because we're located outside of.
So you didn't bring me no
bar.
chicken wing. Boy,
Not today.
I ain't going to have a biscuit or something.
We're going to get you.
We're going to take care of you.
Okay, say it right now. How we can get
TNT Wings, TNT Wings Tulsa on Instagram. You can find us, or you can find us on Facebook at TNT Wings. That's Wangs with a WANGS.
They're wings and they're wangs. If they ain't wangs, they don't taste the same.
That's right. And then we're open from Thursday to Saturday, and from 7 to 1:30 a.m.
So people can call and order them or come to the
Yes,
truck?
they can. 918-955.
Say it slowly. 918.
918-955-39. Ah, man, I'm just all
As
over
much
the
as
place.
I
We'll
call,
get into it before we're finished.
as much as I call,
TNT Wings. The number is on all of the social media. So
Sis
find
gonna
us
give you
like
that
that.
one. Sis is gonna.
I don't order from there, so I can't remember the number like this.
Well, I'm going to start
Just
ordering.
work there.
TNT with that's
Yeah, so this is one of many. You know what I'm saying?
So these guys are not just talking; they're doing it.
Yeah, this is one of many. So
How old are you?
I'm 33.
So you guys are in your 30s, and you've been in business. You started your own businesses on the north side. Greenwood Wall Street may never just be on Greenwood.
Right.
It'll be in the area.
Right.
on the north side, it's businesses starting. I'm talking to some Andy James and his brother from Ohio. They're starting a store, a produce store, up on the north side, right on their Pine and Peoria, right on the corner there.
Oh man, that's
they're going to bring in.
I think I seen a sign actually.
It's very healthy, environmentally safe. Produce.
That's what's needed.
It's needed, yeah, because it's a produce-starved area. It's a desert there on the north side. People have to come all the way down the south to get fresh vegetables and fruits, and we've got to change it. Too many of our people are dying because all we eat is wings, so we got to add some lettuce to them wings.
A lot of people are like just in that mind state. They're thinking of what's needed
and what we can get as fast as possible. Yeah.
And they're working together. Like if you see the festival, it's a majority black businesses just sponsored. Like people are like working together and collaborating with things now. So it's not, like you said, it's not in one area. It's just
it shouldn't
Facebook.
Be in one.
I mean, Facebook kind of you can easily connect and find who
these days.
Talk to. So it doesn't have to be in just one place anymore. It's just in general, just getting the thought of everybody is football, basketball. So.
All right, we're going to go to a brief break here, just a little spot about Come Monday, and then we're going to do some more music tonight. I'm so proud of you guys. I'm telling you, you're telling me you awakened something in me. The idea of not just churches on every block, but business. That's brilliant. Then when we come back, I want you to break down the lyrics of Diamonds and what was the name of it? Gold and Diamonds.
Diamonds. Break down the lyrics, Silver and Gold.
Silver and Gold, if we have time to do that. And then we're going to do another song. And the next time we come on, if you don't bring some wings, I'm going to take my belt off. I got you. All right. I'm proud of you, man. All right, let's go to this spot and we'll be right back, okay?
All right.
Take it on. Stay here. Hello, everybody. I'm Carlton Pearson, and I am so excited about the beginning of ComeMonday.org. Come Sunday was the movie. Come Monday is the movement into broader enlightenment and life. And as a member of Come Monday, you'll receive one video each Monday for the entire year. That's 52 videos in total that you'll receive every Monday morning to get your week started out on a positive and powerful note. I will also be sending you one each day, Monday through Friday, that will support the thought of the week. That's 260 emails throughout the entire year to inspire the genius inside of you. We will also provide a private Facebook group so that we can all come together in a safe environment and discuss personal, pertinent, powerful issues. You will also receive a digital monthly newsletter full of interesting updates and current events and exciting pictures. And I also want to offer you special VIP access to all of my events when I'm in a city near you, because I love to meet my peoples. And finally, we'll offer special pricing to cruises, concerts, live events, all for standing with us and becoming a Come Monday member. So sign up now at the special introductory rate of just $3 a month. That's just $36 for everything for an entire year. I think I'm going to sign up for that myself. You're on your way to greater enlightenment. I want to meet you there in consciousness. So go to your phones and computers now. Sign up and meet me come Monday. I'm enlightened. I've been in this town almost 50 years. I came here from San Diego, California at 18 years old, 1971. So I'm going on my 48th year, I think. I was just at ORU today for a memorial service, and ran into a lot of the people I went to school with. This young man has brought out a point. He's some insight. His comparison with the number of churches that are on the north side and compared to the lack of businesses there is just one of the most stunning, and I'm very impacted by that observation.
Something there.
There is something there, dude.
You sound crazy, and I know people are gonna be like, "What are you talking about?"
No. You're registering with a lot of people. I'm so glad. I
think it's something there, and I love my church that I grew up in. I love it to death.
What church is that?
Praise Center Family Church. Pastor Wiley, Stephen Wiley.
Oh,
Apostle
one of my
Jackson.
Yeah, I know them
That's
all.
how I know about you.
They're wonderful.
We used to go out there, and y'all used to come to my church.
Yeah, I know. His in-laws, the Jackson, Bishop Jackson, sweet, goes to Africa, have missions over there. Precious people.
Yeah, that's why I shout out. I shout out one of my best friends. So on the song,
Stephen was the first Christian rap artist. I mean, we go back. He goes back. I mean, talking 35 before it was popular. He took the brunt of the persecution for doing rap, and but we were proud of him. And he's sort of the grandfather or the godfather of Christian rap in this part of the country.
He is. It's cool to know that, because growing up, we was just like, he's about to rap again. You know what I'm saying? Like, here you go, about to rap again. But like, now that you like in it, and you in the not Christian rap, but you just in rap, it's like, man, I wish I could go back and be like, man, this is the one, this is the pioneer of the. You know what I'm saying?
He is.
Just growing up, you listen to Master P, and then you come into church, and he's doing Christian rap, and we're like, here you go, rapping this Attitude song. But now I'm like, man, I grew up with Stephen Wiley, y'all. Y'all can't tell me nothing.
No.
That's how I am now. So like,
wow.
It's, but yeah, that's Josh Griffin, his nephew, who I shout out, who I grew up with, just going to church with. And,
What does he do?
He passed away, and I want to say about 6 years ago, 7 years ago.
At what age?
20, fresh out of Langston, right when he was about to graduate Langston. So that's.
What happened?
He was doing what he loved, which I'm at peace with. He was like into nature, so he's Cimarron River or whatever. Just sunk all like in the river. He couldn't.
He was in a boat?
No, he was in the river standing up, and
like quicksand was under him or something?
Something like that, and he couldn't get out. He couldn't swim out, and he drowned. So he passed away doing that. But the fact that he was doing what
he loved.
He's always been into since he was a kid. When I heard about it, I wasn't as like messed up as if I would have heard something violent.
Shot or
yeah. You know
if he was alive, he'd be your age?
Yeah, he'd be 30. He'd be 32. Yeah. Good math. He'd be 32. He was a year older than me. So.
During the break, I asked you what that. To explain that.
This is a obsidian crystal rock wrapped around some good gold, and got it from Houston, Texas. It's
obsidian. Obsidian.
Obsidian. It kind of get nervous and jittery, and try to. It kind of helps my honesty and my not being afraid to say what's.
It balances your energy, so you can kind of be cool.
I can kind of say what I want to say. That's a nice rock. They got a lot. I'm starting to get into them, and I like this one the most. So
everything is conscious of itself. That rock is not just consciousness. That rock is aware of itself. It's full of life and vibrations and syncopations, and it's affecting your energy. So that's
and it's been around for a long time. So you don't even know what stepped on this rock. Or wherever it came from.
That's true.
You know, I don't know how
if it could speak, wow.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So it's cool to have around you.
He's going to do another rap in a minute, but I want to, Chris, I want you to come and just tell me what you had in mind when you introduced these gentlemen to me. Okay? By the way, Chris is the grandson of one of Tulsa's renowned televangelist. His name was Billy James Hargis. I remember he was very prominent, fundamentalist Christian preacher back in the 70s when I got here. And I was shocked at All Souls one Sunday when I was ministering there afterward. Chris comes up, introduces himself to me. I was instantly interested in him. He introduced me to Steph and the other gentleman that was just here,
King Cut.
King Cut. Yeah. The Wang brother. I'm gonna call him Bishop Wang next time. But here's a white man, in case you didn't notice, who had vested interest not in the color but the culture of the black. He said, I want to introduce you to some young, brilliant black men who understand the spirit of Wall Street. and he was lecturing me on Wall Street. This white dude, I started telling him to shut up. He was lecturing me on Wall Street, telling me stuff I didn't even know. I was embarrassed. I tried to act like I knew what he was talking about.
Man. and it's not even just like I said. I hate being that. I got white friends too, but I mean, it's not. It's just.
Some of my best friends are white.
Yeah, I got white friends too, but it's just like I said, just having your own. If you want to run your own business, he's a business owner too. Like I just want to surround myself with people.
Right.
That's right. So yeah, I got a business called the Pop House. But really, I've approached you, Carlton, because listening to what you talk about and the content of the lyrics for the music that's being made in Tulsa, everyone's really saying the same thing in a different way.
Yeah.
And so when I listen to you on Rob Bell's podcast, and you're talking about new thought and consciousness. And then when I listen to Steph's music and the music of so many other amazing artists in Tulsa, I'm realizing that it's striking the same frequency, right? That you're both saying the same thing. Steph just happens to be using poetic language and rapping, and he's a few years younger than you, and you're kind of translating these ideas in a different language to meet your other audience, but it's really the same message.
I agree.
And so I think that you've obviously got a lot to say to the next generations coming up, as does Steph, as do a lot of the other rappers. And I think that a guy like you, even in the national hip hop community, I think that it's time to introduce your message to more of a hip hop audience. And starting with what's happening in Tulsa, I think is a great step. So.
My son, I was telling him that I was having Steph on tonight. He started quoting his lyrics to me and explaining them to me. Yeah. My assistant, Jennifer Farrer, was there, who boyfriend, cousin was your mom or something. I forgot what it was. But she knew your music. She knew who you were, and you're more of a celebrity, I guess, than I thought. I mean, you're taking hold in this city as somebody who has something to say. But not only do you have something to say, you're actually doing something.
Right.
I'm just learning about the festival. And stuff.
I'm more with the doing.
Your grandmama passed something down to you.
I know it, and I think her grandma did too. I just don't have any history or nothing on it because it was thrown away.
If you ever go to Africa, maybe we'll establish a tour. I've been there many, many times, but in Ghana, West Africa, where most of the slaves initially came over here, some of the most industrious people, you don't see Africans standing on the street trying to be cool. Right. They're up early in the morning working. They don't have big elaborate malls in that part of the country where I was, outside of Accra, but they created their own malls, and they're busy working, selling. I mean, everything from cups and clothes. And I was going to bring in some industrialists in there and build them all. And I thought if I did, I'd put all these people out of business. But I noticed how the Africans come over here. They know more about our history than we do. We are actually American Africans. They are African Americans if they were born in Africa and come over here. We call this African American history because the original Africans came from Africa, but we are American Africans. Right. And your grandmother, mine were my grandparents, I have some grandparents that came from Boley on a covered wagon to California, and they were business people. Had the first service station, the first black-owned,
There was a Black Wall Street in Boley.
In Boley, yeah, that's the first municipality in the black municipality in the state of Oklahoma. The only one.
There was a Black Wall Street in Boley. It's like 10, 12 other cities too. So it wasn't just here. So yeah.
Well, blacks are not lazy, slothful, backwards people. That's not the culture we come out of.
Right.
If you go to the culture of Africa, you understand that we were kingdom builders. We're princes. Blacks in Africa don't have the same attitude of victim consciousness that we do in America. Right. Those guys walk like they're kings and princes, and what your generation is going to emphasize greater. You're saying some very powerful things tonight. Mm-hmm. And people are listening, and you're communicating. You need to write a book. There's so much that we're going to do together. I'm so proud of you. Now let's go back just a little bit too, because we just have 15 more minutes. But I want you to tell me a little bit about the lyrics of the song that you sing.
Okay. We covered. I'm from a city where the gangsters don't die. They find God and they open the church. I'm just trying to make $1 million off the shows and the merch. A thin line between doing it for the love and your worth. Feel like that silver and gold. It's just a gift and a curse. And I was never the perfect kid. staring at the baddest women off in the services. The pastors,
in church, you mean?
Yeah, in church. Just being a kid, going to church for a kid, I don't think we were going for the same reasons as the parents were. We was just going to
look at the girls,
be kids, and be with our friends, and kind of like
social grabbing.
Kind of like the churches with the video games and the basketball court. Then they like try to sprinkle church at the end. You know what I'm saying? Like that. So
trying to get y'all in there.
The pastor always told me I was made in his images, but that explained the reason for my ratchet and righteousness. I pray that you find your passion. So at this point, I'm like talking to myself when they tell you to bow your head.
The wretched.
So
what? Say that again.
I pray. So what I'm saying is, the pastor always told me I was made in his image,
God's image.
So that explains the reason for my ratchet and righteousness. So I'm basically trying to make an excuse for why I'm this way, why I'm at the club on Saturday night and I'm at church Sunday morning. That's what I'm making an excuse for my imperfection and my sin. Well, God made me this way, so it must be okay. Type. That's what I'm doing on the verse and on the song. I'm basically telling people, hey, I'm not perfect. I grew up in church as a regular kid that liked BET and MTV and rap music, and then I had to shut it off for like
church.
4 hours and then turn it right back on when I go back to the neighborhood with my friends. So that was pretty much life all the way up until like 16, 17, till I was probably working on Sunday and I wasn't there. So
did you have friends that felt the same way?
Yeah, it was like a secret. We all went to school together, but we didn't it's like, don't tell nobody. Like, it was like don't tell nobody we like do this. We two different people at school versus like at church.
How young did you start thinking that?
Man, I want to say it was like 5th grade.
14, 15?
Nah, I'm like 9.
Not in the 5th grade, dude. You wasn't that smart.
I'm like 12. I'm like 11. I'm in 11, 5th grade. I'm in 11. Hope Fest. It's kind of when it was like a big festival the church threw, and a lot of people from like my neighborhood was there. Like fresh after a football game, and I'm like, I gotta dance in the church. I'm in a dance team, and they like, you go here, like you in this, and I'm like, man, I didn't want y'all to know, because it was like a secret, you know what I'm saying? But like, that's why I finally got into like not afraid, but I finally got like, I'm about to tell people how I felt growing up in church. Like, it's the most honest song I ever made. And the rap game caught in prison. Gave these girls that hired D. Forgive me for my sinning. When I see you, hope you hire me. I'm basically saying hire D. I just thought that was clever because hire D and like
rhymed with.
We're gonna get in. They know what I'm talking about when I say hire D. Just the letter D. And forgive, but right after I say that, I'm saying, forgive me for my sinning for committing adultery with these women.
You mean fornication?
Fornication.
Adultery for married people.
For married people.
But you call it fornication. It was fun.
This is the fornication.
Higher dimension.
This is the comedy. This is the comedy relief. So,
I was all bragging about it and stuff.
I know.
I realized.
When I wrote it, I was like, man, if he hear this, because, like, I wonder how he going to feel. But what I'm trying to get across, I'm showing my creativity lyrically with saying rap game, Quartz and Pearson, gave these girls that hired D. And then I'm like, forgive me for my sinning. When I see you, hope you hire me. Because I'm like, all right, I sin, but can I still get in church? Because heaven is like this. You break a rule.
You out.
And you're out of here. And I'm like, but she was fine though. You know what I'm saying? I gotta go to hell because
she's
like,
fine.
I can't she was like, you know what I'm saying? So
let me add.
Where it come from.
Let me add. Since we're talking about that kind of stuff, he's talking about what some people would consider sin. And I always say that you'll never know that you're free from sin till you know that you're actually free to sin and still be loved by God redeemed by Christ if you're into the Christian thing.
Right.
A lot of preachers would never write those lyrics, but they thinking the same thing you are and doing it. So I'm not trying to be unkind or disrespectful to the minister.
Yeah, no, it's true.
But the church world is dealing with its own issues of guilt consciousness and victim consciousness and fighting sin and their own demons and the whole.
Nobody's perfect and nobody's afraid to be like, I'm not perfect, I made a mistake. But forgiveness is the key. So
you guys are helping us. I mean, your generation preaches its own message, and there's a lot of us listening. I deal with a lot of preachers who are wrestling with what I call cognitive dissonance. They know that what they're preaching, they're not living, and sometimes they don't even believe it, but it works, gets the offerings, but they're wrestling with their own issues of marital dissatisfaction. Their kids are rebellious. The deacon board is mad. The usher board is people screwing around. I mean, a lot of stuff is happening in the real world, and you guys are candid. You don't have anything to lose, so you make us face our own truths.
Right.
It's very helpful.
Yeah.
I don't consider it disrespectful, though I thought my name, maybe my church was in the song for a different reason.
Yeah.
But anyway.
we're just questioning everything, and I think that's okay. Yeah.
It is.
I hope we ain't running out of time. I really
let's
do
get
this last song. I really want to do this.
Okay, we want to do tell us about the last song.
The last song is called Diamonds. It's about Dick Rowland's diamond. He bought a diamond ring when he felt like he was successful. The shoe shiner that worked at the barbershop in Black Wall Street. It represents just
the young shoe shiner.
Yeah.
You know that story?
Yeah. My nickname is Dickie Roll. My band is called the Rollins. Dick Rowland is that's my Steph Simon. Some people call me Dickie Roll. But Diamonds is the song. It represents the diamond. I just wanted to represent.
So that's a higher D too. Dickie and Diamond and Dimension.
We're going to do this record.
Well, who's this? Tell me.
This is Christina Suarez, and she's another member of Suarez Republic.
She's
this
beautiful.
Is Sheena, and this is Diamonds, man. You're crazy. You're funny.
All right, Roland. This is good. This guy knows what he's talking about. I'm so impressed.
Ball like them. New pinky ring, new pinky ring. Get my money right and shine like them, like them. New pinky ring, 'cause I'm a diamond. Yeah. Shine bright like a diamond. Yeah. New pinky ring.
Brace yourself, I'm taking what you owe me. Diamonds on me, Dickie rolling, shining on my pinky ring is stolen. Wrist on Elsa, I can't let it go. Something came and got me in my zone. Something came and sparked the homie soul. I feel like I seen it all before. All my blacks winning across the board. See it, want it, buy it, then you own it. Put your power in mine, let's make it grow. All we need is trust, get off that. Whole team solid, Jimmy's this encoded. Messed around and I done found my purpose. Messed around and I done found my word. Spin with mine, I bet it make them nervous. Spin with mine if I'm gonna make a purchase. Circulate, yeah. Money moving like 100 ways. Mess around and buy a bank, yeah. Time to spend it from the ground up. Time to mount up, regulate, yeah. Till we taking back the game, yeah. Circulate. My time got my back like a vertebrae. Somewhere along the line, guess I murmur chain. If you silver spoon and you wasn't cool, we supposed to be rich in the first place. Talking 50K band for the worst case. All these hours I put in my workplace. That promoter pay me for a 1K off the soul that I got from my birthplace. This is paranormal, how I'm styling on you. This a factory to a pair of Jordan. It's a masterpiece to an IG portrait. Who gon' bath for me if I don't endorse it? Moving state to state like I'm teleporting. It was magic how we ball like Aaron Gordon. Switch hard net. Nasty how we grossing. Hit that Zach Taylor when I'm mighty morphin'. Riding in the Mastodon. I feel like I master rock half the time. I feel like a mastermind. The other half tell me stay humble. Really, I be trying. Really, I'm just tired of eating TV dinner, so I had to go and shift the paradigm. Really, I'm just trying to break the cycle down. Rich blacks all around.
Wanna ball like them.
Hey, rich blacks all around.
New pinky ring. Get my money right and shine like them. I'm a
Break yourself, I'm
diamond.
taking what you owe me. Diamonds on me, girl, I'm dicky rolling. Shining on my pinky ring is stolen. Wrist on Elsa, I can't let it go. Something came and sparked the homie soul. Something came and got me in my zone. I'll always let that happen.
No pinky ring.
Something came and got me in my zone. I feel like I seen it all before. All my blacks winning across the board. See it, want it, buy it, then you own it. Put your pot with mine, let's make it grow. All we need is trust, get off that weak stuff. So I say that because, like you said, we'll go spend with Walmart before we'll go to Carlton's grocery store. Or if you want to start something, people going like, man, I don't know, I don't really trust him. I'd rather go put my money in this bank. Yep. So it's put your pot with mine, let's make it grow. All we need is trust, get off that weak stuff. Whole team solid Jimmy's, it's encoded. Messed around and I done found my focus. Mess around and I done found my worth. Spend with mine, I bet it make them nervous. Spend with mine if I'm gonna make a purchase. Circulate, circulate, yeah. Circulate, circulate, yeah. Money moving like 100 ways. Mess around and buy a bank, yeah. So circulate, money used to circulate 100, 300 times before it left the community.
Yeah. Like Jews.
Mess around and buy a bank, yeah, because it ain't no more black. It's one bank out north. So mess around and buy a bank, yeah. Time to spend it from the ground up. Time to mount up, regulate, yeah. Till we taking back the game, yeah. Circulate, circulate, circulate. My town got my back like a vertebrae. Somewhere along the line, guess our moral change. If you silver spoon, then you wasn't cool. We supposed to be rich in the first place. Like, why are you working so hard for your son to be fortunate? But people will shun the fortunate kid like, ain't my fault. My dad worked his tail off to get me. Like, we treat them like we used to treat, like, we supposed to be rich in the first place. Talking 50K bands for the worst case. All these hours I put in my workplace, now promoter pay me for a 1K off the soul that I got from my birthplace. This is paranormal, how I'm styling on you. This a factory to a pair of Jordans. This a masterpiece to an IG portrait. Who gon' vouch for me if I don't endorse it? Moving state to state like I'm teleporting. It was magic how we ball like Aaron Gordon. Swish, all net. Nasty how we grossing. That's the business terminology, net and grossing. Nasty how we grossing. Hit that Zach Taylor when I'm mighty morphin'. Riding in the Mastodon. I feel like I master rhyme half the time. I feel like a mastermind. Other half tell me stay humble. Really, I be trying. Really, I'm just tired of eating TV dinners, so I had to go and shift the paradigm. Really, I'm just trying to break the cycle down. Rich blacks all around. Diamonds, thank y'all, man. Thank y'all.
This may be one of the most prophetic shows we've ever presented. I am deeply touched and moved by the brilliance of this man's mind. He's a thinker. He's not just a singer or a rapper. He's a thinker. Sometimes my generation won't listen to what they're saying. You guys are saying something. Sometimes the language, and yours is kind, but sometimes the language is a little bit rough. But there's a lot of anger, there's a lot of passion, there's a lot of hurt, there's a lot of vision, there's a lot of foresight and farsight as well as hindsight in what he's saying. He's done the research, he's done the study, he's obviously meditated. This thing has been working on him and through him, and now it's coming out of him for all these years. You have something to say. I appreciate you. I respect you more than I thought I would. I mean, I didn't know what I was getting into. You, and the beautiful young lady. What's her name again?
Christina.
Christina and
Christina.
Christina and the other gentleman that sang with you earlier.
Devontae Suarez.
Christina has an amazing voice. Brother Suarez, you're off the chain. Chicken Wang, you good too. Chris, thank you. This is amazing. We gotta get the word out. And we're saying from the Kaiser Foundation to anybody else, let's go to the north side. Let's put a skating ring up there. Let's put some money in there. And we've got responsible young men and women now who are going to treat it differently, who are going to be communicators. He's preaching. He has his own church. He was doing it right there, but not in a building the way we've been doing it. He has a calling on his life and a coding in his spirit. And I affirm that. I recognize it. And the best is yet to come.
Thank you.
Man, brilliant. Oh my God, this is.
I just want to say shout out to FUBU. I had to bring FUBU back because Gucci and all these other designers is out there tripping, but we won't have to worry about that if we support our own.
FUBU.
And thank you very much.
FUBU. Next time he comes, he's going to bring me a FUBU shirt.
Support the local designers, y'all.
Oh gosh, this is so good. Wow. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant.